Hello. Okay, so so today I'm going to so today I felt called to read Luke 12:48 because that is the verse that's been like I felt called to for the past like couple months because I know Kanye's I think one of Kanye's songs, Can't Tell Me Nothing. um it's like too much, to whom much is given as much is tested. And I was just like randomly watching Kanye's Amazon um concert, okay? And I was dealing with all of the divorce papers and custody papers and all these things, and that line, it just like was like screaming at me because I love that song. But so I went and looked through it, and I'm like, oh my god, like that is so interesting because sometimes, we worry. I mean, we're always told you're not given more than you can handle. So I've been really looking into and writing down and like just reading Luke 12:48. So from everyone who has been given much, much will be required. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, even more will be expected. So before this, we're talking about, or not we're talking about, but the Bible is talking about rewards and punishment. So there's a story about the servants, and blessed is that the servant whom the master finds doing his job when he comes. And actually, I guess I could kind of like tie these both in. But basically, it's like so this is what I'm getting from it. It's like we all have a job, and that ties into kind of one of my other videos I made with Matthew. Okay, Matthew. I'll have to go back and see which one. Okay, actually, look. Let me go ahead and do it because it's actually right in here. So having a job, right? Okay, there we go. I'm like, oh my gosh, where are all of my things? All right. So it's here like everyone has a purpose. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Everyone has a purpose. Yeah. It kind of ties into this. So Matthew chapter 6, 8, verse 8. Don't be like them because your Father knows the things you need before you ask him. So it's like we're all here for a reason, to serve God and to walk in faith and to, help people and to walk into goodness and be good and help people, right? And so with that, the servant is like we all have a job, and it's different verse 48, but the one who did not know and did what deserved punishment will receive a light beating. So it's like, and that's tied into the foolishness of the youth, which also ties into Proverbs, where Proverbs chapter 22, where it's like, what does it say? One of these, it's like basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, maybe it's not in Proverbs. Well, actually, it could be. So, like, I'm basically trying to say the person who doesn't know, right? So, foolishness is bound to the heart of a youth, right? A rod of discipline will separate it from them. So basically, when you're ignorant, right, or when you're foolish in the sense of you're young, you don't know. Children are innocent. We're all born like innocent and pure. And then when we grow up and we learn and we are disciplined, then it separates us from the heart of a youth because we can no longer be foolish, right? So I say all that to say with Luke 12:48, it's like I tie that to the foolishness of the youth, right? If you don't know, if you did not know, and you did what deserved punishment, you will receive a light beating. So it's like, order will always be restored by God, but it's like depending on which side you're on, of if you're intentionally sowing injustice, right? Versus if you're foolish and you didn't know but you're sowed injustice, you will receive a light beating. But verse 46 is, or verse 45 is basically like, but if that servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and starts to beat the male and female servants, and to eat and drink and get drunk, that servant's master will come on a day he does not expect him, and at an hour he does not know. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the unfaithful. So, and that servant who knew his master's will and didn't prepare himself or do it will be severely beaten. So basically, it's like we're all given jobs, jobs pertaining to why we're here, pertaining to our faith, which ties into, God knowing what we need before we ask him, right? Because we're all here to serve a specific path, right? And to walk a specific path with the goal of going and being led to the narrow path, Matthew 7:14. So when you learn, and connect with God and connect with faith and connect with goodness, it's like God gives you more on your plate, right? And then, like, again, this is what I'm taking from it, like the situations that you go through in life while you're on the difficult road to the narrow gate of the kingdom, you will be given and entrusted with much more. And I guess that's the difference, right? It's like we're all on different levels. And as you ascend your faith, much, much more will be required. So it's like at any time, as you ascend, as you learn, as you go further on the road, and the road gets more narrow, the road to God gets more narrow and more difficult, right? You have, again, more is required from you. You're entrusted with much more, and basically you have the ability, because more is entrusted, you're given more responsibility. So this person, this person was like a manager, right? So it's like God assigned a manager, right, to be in charge of his household servants. And it's like, basically what I'm saying is, when you're given more because you ascended more, it's like you're given more opportunity and more responsibility to do right and do right by God, or take advantage by saying, my master is delaying his coming, and start to take advantage of people, starting to beat the male and female servants, start to eat, drink, and get drunk, and just take advantage of everyone because you don't expect God coming. But it's verse 46 is, that servant's master will come on a day he does not expect him, and an hour he does not know. So basically what I'm getting is that as you are, we are all, Matthew 7:14, we're all on we're all on the road, right? And the road is leading to the kingdom or elsewhere, right? Or just, or you're just kind of like floating, right? And so a lot of us start out, so basically all I'm saying is, as we get closer to the narrow and difficult road to life, and to the kingdom and to God, we're entrusted with more, and we have more responsibility because we know better. And once you are on these journeys, you will have more responsibility, and it's like you will be you will be tested more. Things will be stressful, but you still have the opportunity to do right, regardless of where your path is going to end up, I guess. And so it's like, you, regardless of anything, you can't, yes, you will be, it's like this person was gifted with food and drinks and alcohol and possessions and power, right? It's like, this is all about power. It's about a lot of things, but it's like some people take advantage of that power and of the responsibility. I guess some people understand that what they can do through God and how many blessings they do get, and then at some point just kind of walk the other way, thinking that they have everything, that God won't come and take it away. And as far as, day to day, I guess from what me, like, the challenges that I'm going through, it's like seeing the silver lining and seeing how much wiser I am, and seeing how much more, seeing the responsibilities I do have, as a single mom, as a divorced mom, as a sole provider for my child, for the past 4 going on 5 months. That's a lot of responsibility. And I'm given that because I'm supposed to be I'm finding my way on this narrow, difficult path to God. And so at any time, if I decide to say, okay, I'm rewarded, right? I'm rewarded with more help. I'm rewarded with more money. I'm rewarded with, the life that I'm just fighting to have for myself and my daughter. A safe life, a secure life, with my businesses. It's like my businesses are really starting to do well, and that's provided me the ability to do simple things like diapers, food, gas, right? Not everything, but like I've been blessed to not have to, ask for help and be, so like, if at any point, first of all, seeing the silver linings and seeing how I'm reading the Bible right now. Like, I bought this Bible December 2019. It is February the 21st, 2022. And this is my 3rd day reading it, and I'm like, I love it. I love the journey, and at any time, these things can be taken away from me. So it's like, I know better. I'm not like, I can't sit in foolishness anymore from what I'm learning and then go back and, say something to somebody that I don't need to say, or, use the gifts and the abilities that I've been given by God to use that for harm, So it's like, you're entrusted with much and you're given much more. But it's like, you have to see that silver lining in the gifts that you're given and enjoy the road, the narrow and difficult road to the gate of life, to the gate of God, to the gate of faith. And also understand that at any time, the second, because you do know better, because you are entrusted with more, because you have everything that you need to continue on the right path, because it could be taken away at any moment. So that is what I got.